Yeah, but then we are live now. So
Oh, we are on Facebook Live,
yes, we are both on Facebook,
Facebook and
YouTube,
Instagram.
and Instagram. You have the link with you.
Yes, yes, yes. I do.
Facebook,
I do.
Instagram, and YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are on
Oh, oh,
YouTube.
very good.
We are on Facebook, and we are on Instagram.
All right. Let me quickly share to my Twitter, especially.
Okay, I think we'll be starting in the next
Okay. All
few
right. I am
seconds.
ready. Whenever you are ready to.
That's great. Do we have? So today I have. Badu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, great.
Very clearly.
We have.
Yeah, fine, fine, fine. The weather is getting better by the day, so uh,
Ice Poland.
the weather is getting better by the day. So
Oh, okay, that is fine. I was told
yeah,
it
yeah,
was very cold
it
at a
was
point.
yeah, December, January, up to
Yeah,
February
December, January.
was
Yeah, of
but
course,
since
most part of Europe are
yeah,
always
yeah, sure,
cold
sure.
along that time.
Things
Okay.
are taking shape already.
Yeah. So this is Speaker Bankole Masterclass podcast, and like we started on a very bright note yesterday, and I'm so sure that Akimbode will be very, very uh, interesting again today. Yesterday, for you guys that have not watched yesterday podcast, I brought a Nigerian uh, working in Japan. Uh, he's a PhD holder, he's a researcher in one of the universities in Japan, Emmanuel. Uh, so yesterday was very, very insightful. And one of the reasons why we are doing this is mainly because of, like I said yesterday, we have a lot of challenges in Africa, not just only in Nigeria, because I know quite a number of guys in other countries in the continent. We also be connecting, or we watch this later on. So Africa is full of number of challenges. At the same time, Africa is also full of opportunities. So we are using this channel. Akimbode was saying that when he saw the topic from Sapa to Japa, that he was laughing. And for people that know me very well, they will know that I'm not this social person like that. So how do I come about? I don't roll with trend. I roll with things that are more important that are evergreen. But because we are in a space today, we are in a world today. I pray I'm
Okay.
going to have a very good network. Though
Network. Yeah, yeah.
it rained heavily
Yeah,
few
yeah.
some minutes ago.
I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, when
I,
it rain in Nigeria, sometimes our data can be very bad.
I haven't
So
heard
like I
about the
was, so like,
network.
yeah, great. So like I was saying, a country of 213 or 23 million people, depending on the school of thoughts, anybody want to fall into maybe to 13 million to 23 million. 75% of this population, or between 65 to 75% of this population, are under the age of 29 years old. 29. So between 17 to 29 or 30 marks are in that category of 65 to 75% of Nigerian population today. And out of the 1.4 billion people we have today in the continent called Africa, over 60% of this population are below the age of 30. So if we are not talking about trend, if we are not talking about what is trending, we might not be talking about anything today. My wife was talking to me yesterday that one of the content that was posted on my TikTok yesterday was having a sake as a background song. When did I start listening to all these guys? I said, it's not about me. It's not about me, guys. It's not about me. It's about what is happening today, and you have to flow with the trend, and you have to flow with what is happening. If you want to be if you understand the versatility of business, if you want to stay long in business, if you want to stay long in your career, if you want to stay long in anything that you are doing, you must also understand what is trending. You must be flowing. Like one of my mentors will say, Strimasu, he said, don't fight against the change or the wind. Flow with the wind, flow with the tides, because there will always be new changes: AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, nanotechnology, robotics are what we are talking about today. There will always be new changes in the world. There was a time we were at agrarian age. We moved very fast to industrial age. We moved to the internet or technological age. Today we are in the knowledge age, and we don't know what we are going to move to. Maybe just machine age or whatever type of ages. But it doesn't matter whatsoever the age that we are going to find ourselves. Continue to reinvent yourself. Continue to make yourself relevant. That is what is the most important, and that is what my channel is for. And I'm going to bring a lot, like I said yesterday, guys like you, Bode. I know over 1,000 people, Nigerians, Africans, scattered across the globe, and I felt that I'm the right person to connect every one of you to speak with many people across Africa or even in diaspora, and to see how we can change the narrative, how we can change our mindset. And that is why this topic is from Sapa to Japa. Maybe you want to leave the country, you want to get exposure, or you want your life to change drastically. You want to experience some transformation. That is why it's a new paradigm shift. So how to strategically reposition yourself today and for the future. So let's go into it very fast without much time wasting. So can you please introduce yourself? Brief introduction now. So go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much, Eba, for the opportunity. Thank you so much for the platform also. My name is Badio Akinola Akimbode. I am in my early 30s. I was born in Igbora. I'm a native of Igbora. It's a town in Oyo
This
State,
network, your
Ibarapa
network.
Central. I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. I said I was born in Igbora. It's a town in Oyo State, Ibarapa Central local government to be precise. For my education, I attended the
I
Polytechnic
did I
Ibadan.
did char- I did charcoal exportation for
Yeah,
three
yeah.
years at Ibarapa. So I
It's
know your
very
location
it's,
very well.
it's
So go
very
ahead.
popular.
Go ahead.
It's very popular. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For my education,
So,
I had my first tertiary institution experience at the Polytechnic Ibadan, where I studied food science and technology. From there, I went to the Federal University of Technology, Akure, where I studied food science and technology. Also, for my bachelor's in 2017. In the same university, I obtained my first master degree in human nutrition, and I graduated in 2021. I did my second master's degree at the University of Barcelona in Spain, where I read quality management system. I did my third master's degree at Gdańsk University of Technology in Poland here. I recently graduated in October 2023. Currently, I am working as a supply chain expert, a supply chain professional at a fast-moving consumer goods, one of the most popular fast-moving consumer goods in the world, probably in the top three or the top two thereabouts. Yeah, that is what I am doing. I'm a supply chain expert at the moment. I think as time goes on with different questions, I will be able to put more light about the topics for today and possibly or probably also more about myself. We also unfold as time goes on. Thank you.
Are you for real? Uh, did I hear you very well? You've done three masters.
Yeah, yeah,
One in
three,
Federal,
three.
one in Federal
Uh,
University of Technology, Akure. The second one is in Spain,
yeah,
and you said
University
the
of
third one
Barcelona.
is where?
Yeah,
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 University of Barcelona. The third
yeah.
one is where?
In Gdańsk University of Technology in Poland. My first one was in human nutrition. The second one was in quality management system, while the third one was in analytical chemistry. And my bachelor's was in food science and technology. So all the four of them are so far apart. Food science and
So
technologies.
what?
Food science and
So what were you
technologies.
looking for?
Food science and technologies.
Wait a minute. Pause. Can you hear me? So
Yeah.
what are you
Yes.
looking for? What drive you? Who was mentoring you? Who like inspired you to say, okay, how do you get to a point? What were you looking for to say, okay, I want to do three masters?
Well, I would say it is not intentional, and it brings us back to this topic from Sapa to Japa. To be very frank
Hmm.
and to be very serious, while I was in Nigeria, I was working in Nigeria till September 2021. I was telling some of my friends on Twitter earlier today that my salary back then was 48,250 after tax. That was with a master's degree in FUTA, with a master's degree
So
distinction.
pause. Akínbọ̀dé pause. Akínbọ̀dé pause. You left
Okay.
Nigeria in
Mhm.
2021,
Yes, 2021, with a salary of 48,250 naira.
and between 20 leave that salary. We'll come back to that first. And between 20 and between
Mhm.
2021 to
Yes.
2023, you've done two masters, and I know you even started your PhD.
I did one in Nigeria. I
You did.
started my master's in Nigeria 2019 and I finished 2021. That was the first one. So the second one was from
Okay.
2021 to 2022. That was in Barcelona in Spain. While the third one was from
Yeah.
2022 to 2023. I recently finished 2023 October, just I think some 5 or 6 months ago. Yeah, so that was how the three masters degree come to be.
Guys, if you can hear us, just say I can hear you, or say hi, or say something hi in the comment box. Let me see you guys just saying hi, or I can hear you in the comment box. So I want to know that the audio is very clear. It's very clear at our own side here. Okay, so Akimbode, so go ahead with your story. You paused that you are telling some people on
Okay,
Twitter this
okay, yeah,
afternoon about
yeah. Okay,
48,000.
you were actually asking about how I got to yeah,
What
what
inspired
inspired
you,
me to be doing
actually,
three master's
to
degree,
do three
and
masters?
that
Yeah.
informs my decision, telling you about how the story started. I used to give kudos to many of my friends, many of my colleagues in the diaspora who self-sponsored themselves. As at the time I left Nigeria with a salary of less than 50,000 naira, I really do not see it happening. I don't know how many years I will have to save that kind of salary for me to be able to save fund or for me to be able to afford millions of naira or thousands of pounds or thousands of euros like the European Union spent on me to be able to afford a master's degree like this. And it is very easy in my own case because everything was free of charge. I was an Erasmus Mundus scholar. I was sponsored by the European Union. I didn't pay a single fee. throughout my education in Europe, the two universities I attended. And apart from that, I was paid for my living expenses, I was paid for my accommodation, I was paid for almost everything I do for that 2 years. So even if they ask me to be schooling for 3, 4, 5 years, if not that I probably want to forge another way, I think it is so easy. Like imagine you don't even need to think about your next meal. Everything is settled for you throughout those 2 years. So I, apart from the fact that maybe I'm from a family of, I'm from educationist family. My dad was a retired principal. My mother was is presently is still an headmistress. So apart from the fact that I find books so interesting, the fact that it came free of charge was also a motivation, and definitely I see it as, in fact, it was even the reason why I left Nigeria in the first place. It is almost impossible for some of us to leave the shores of this land without scholarship opportunities like that. So it is really, really in the real sense of it's not intentional. If I had my way, I would have come to Europe probably to come and work directly without master's degree, but I only saw that master's degree as an opportunity for me to leave Nigeria. So that was the real motivation behind it. The motivation was not per se because Badu likes books so much, or Badu is that very adamant about education. He loves going to school. It is far from it. If I'm telling anyone that I love book to that length, I think I am being economical with the truth. The truth is I want to leave Nigeria. I want to find a pathway. I want to have a career outside of Nigeria. And I see that one of the easiest way for me is through this education. So I saw the loophole. I wouldn't call it a loophole, by the way, because with all sense of modesty, to an extent, I think I deserve that opportunity. It is an opportunity I have been looking for the past 4 years. I think I started applying for scholarship in 2017, and I finally got one in 2021. That was 4 years gap, and I applied for about 30 scholarship. I think 25 the last time I counted. So I wouldn't really say it is by luck or it is by chance per se. I think it was a dedicated effort of trying to put some things together, and God crowned the effort anyway. I wouldn't put the God factor away. It is truly that. So the real motivation was I want to find a pathway. I want to leave Nigeria at that particular time. Financial wise, I think I am not being rewarded based on what I think I should be. I recently just tell you about what I was earning there with a master's degree, and so I find the education as a pathway, and that was what motivated me. And like I was telling you earlier, uh, before I started the work I am doing at the moment as a supply chain expert in a fast-moving consumer goods here in Warsaw, here in Poland, I told you that I rejected a fully funded PhD offer. So that was to tell you that it is not as if some of us are more into the professional way than the book, so to say. If it is the book, if we are talking about the academics aspect of it, definitely, I think I would have I think I will have definitely go for a PhD, probably to become an academic, to become a professor, so to say. But I remember quite very well the reason why I left in the first instance. The reason why I left in the first instance is not to keep on acquiring degrees. I want to find a professional way. I want to find a living, and I want to make a living. And with that, I think that was when I finally found that opportunity. The PhD was even a plan B for me. I was just like probably just applying should in case the opportunity I was looking for did not come.
Join this lecture.
And I got the PhD actually before the job offer. And immediately I got the job offer, I knew that no, this PhD is not for me. I don't want to be doing this same thing for another 4 years. I started elementary education in 1994. That was 30 years ago. And from 1994 to 2023, I was going to school almost all the years, no stop. I think it's time I start making some dough. Some dough. I think it's time I start making some dough for myself also, apart from this book of a thing. So yeah, no regrets so far, and I hope there sure or definitely won't be any regrets too.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now, something caught my attention, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I want everybody to hear this. Uh, Emmanuel said yesterday the reason why he left Nigeria to Japan. Now, you are saying today now that one of the main thing is not the academics for you.
Yeah,
It
it
is
is not.
because
I have
of
to be
the
very careful.
you are afraid of the fear of the future. What are you going
Mm-hmm.
to amount to in life? You want to
Mm-hmm.
get that part very clear. And that is why I can see why that topic resonates very well with someone like you
Very, very
from
well.
Sapa,
Very, very
from
well. It
Sapa
is.
to
It
Japa.
is.
You
It is
understand?
indeed
So
Sapa. It is indeed Sapa. I can't. I can't afford. I can't afford a home of myself. I was courting with one of my uncle in Ibadan. How can you be able to afford any tangible, reasonable house rent with a salary of 48 or 48,000 thereabouts?
and as at then you are a master
Hmm?
degree holder.
Yeah,
As
master
at
degree
then you
holder
are a master. Yeah.
with all sense of modesty, with distinction from FUTA. You know what it means. You graduated from FUTA yourself.
Hmm.
You had a master degree in FUTA. You know what it means to finish with such a degree in FUTA, and that was the least. That was what was obtainable as at that period. I remember I was with that master's degree. I do not only have a master's degree in FUTA. I committed my soul to that part of academics as at that particular point. I was a thoroughbred researcher. I had about 10 research publications in international journals of repute as at that particular period of time. I was
As at,
begging some.
wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. As at
Mm-hmm,
that particular time,
mm-hmm.
as you are experiencing a serious sapa that time,
Yes, I
you
was
are
publishing
up
serious ones.
you are publishing seriously. You are publishing
Very
seriously.
seriously. 10, 10,
One of the
10, 10
10,
research
10
publications for that man.
publications.
It's on ResearchGate, it's on Google Scholar, it's a
So
Google,
so so what so so this is the point now. So
okay,
what was actually motivating you then? What was making you to be so hungry and said, no, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going
okay,
to wait for an opportunity to happen. I'm not going to wait for somebody to come and bless me, and I'm going to keep moving. So because one of the things I've seen from quite a lot of you guys is that one thing is very distinct about many of you. You kept moving despite the challenges, despite the hunger, despite the lack
mm-hmm,
of opportunities. You kept
mm-hmm,
going forward in your academics. You kept publishing papers. You kept
mm-hmm.
doing one thing or the other. So how are you able to cope mentally at that point? What was that? Is it that you are thinking that, okay, really, just like Abraham Lincoln said, I will keep preparing until
Perhaps my
when
chance will
maybe
come.
anytime the opportunity
Mm-hmm,
comes, perhaps
mm-hmm,
my chance comes and
mm-hmm,
it will meet me prepared. Because one of the biggest challenges we have with a lot of people today is that they wait for opportunity and they do not keep preparing over time. But one of the things I've seen with quite a number of you that your life have transformed drastically within a very short period of time. 2021 just to 2024, you've been on a
that's
lot of
correct.
scholarships, a lot of
Yes,
opportunities for you, free meal, free books,
everything.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I had it
everything,
all.
everything. This is just you had it all, and this is you that just in that same 2021 you are in Nigeria, you had nothing. So
And I
can you
cannot
tell
afford, I cannot afford the house rent actually.
can you
So I
imagine?
have to
So
be,
can you
yeah,
tell
so I
me
have to be
as at
supporting
that
from one
time,
place to another.
what was your motivation like? Or you are
Ah,
just doing it based on being
no,
depressed?
no. It was not. It was not. I finished with a
Okay.
second. I finished with a second class honor upper division. I finished with 3.95 out of 5.0 in FUTA, and
Your first degree.
yeah, my first degree 3.95 out of
And
5.0
so
in
that
FUTA.
means you did not even graduate with so that means you did not even graduate with first class in
I
your
did not
first
graduate
degree.
with the first class. However, all my three master's degree were in distinction. Yeah. I did not graduate with the first class
Oh,
in my
interesting.
yeah. I did not graduate with the
Interesting.
first class. So with a 3.95 degree, I studied the scholarship scheme so well. I know it is so populated. I am not competing with Nigerians alone. We are competing with Asians, we are competing with Brazilians, we are competing with even Europeans themselves. And this set of guys, they have what I refer to as wicked CGPA. These are guys having 98% out of 100. These are guys having 4.97, 4.98, in fact 5.0. So how I is someone who finished with barely 3.95 in footer. We used to call something strong 2-1 or low 2-1. The strong 2-1 start from I think 4.0 to 4.49. My 3.95 do not even fall within the strong 2-1 scheme. I finished with something called probably a low 2-1, 3.95, so to say. So I was looking at something to buttress my application. I was looking at something in which these guys with this wicked CGPA, in which what definitely they have the CGPA working for them. So I was looking at a loophole. What are the things that this guy may definitely or probably may perhaps not have as well? So I look at the research aspect of it. And luckily for me, I lectured briefly in Nigeria. For my youth service, I lectured at the Okeogun Polytechnic Shafi. Uh, so I have that very good opportunity of, and that is why that was where I started the real serious sense of academics. And in that regard, I was opportune rather to have some students under my care. We did some research together. I went to FUTA also. I was understudied a particular mentor of mine. His name is Engineer Dr. Adioye. God bless him wherever he is. He guided my efforts so much. And before I knew it,
So
I
that
yeah.
pause. Akimbo, pause. So it is
Mhm.
very important that at every stage in one's life, one must
Mhm.
have a mentor to guide
Definitely,
one. So I pick that very
definitely.
important. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
So for me, there are two great lecturers that did that for me in FUTA. One is Engineer Dr. Adeoye. The other one is Dr. Malomo, who was my MSc supervisor. So both of them really encouraged me. They knew about my Japa plans also, and well enough, they knew about my what I call a very low 2-1 standing, and they were so much and ready to learn. Most of their undergraduate students, they put some of them under me. I tutored some of them. We did so many research together. And this research, because I was so hungry, in fact, Dr. Malomo did not even need most of these papers as at that time. Same with Dr. Adeoye. Because I was so hungry, I was very much interested in this research. I worked day and night during my master's degree, all through the COVID period. This was basically the only thing I was doing at home, researching, writing papers, submitting academic journal with even the bare minimum amount of money because those days, okay, Naira was still good those days, and there are some papers that you even have to pay a certain amount of money, maybe $50 or thereabouts. Luckily for me in that regard also, I have another very good friend, Dr. Samuel Ayole, who is always very helpful. He was schooling in Canada then before he migrated to
I'm going to
America.
bring some. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
bring someone like you here in one of. Yeah.
Before he moved to the United States of America. So this guy is always there for me, pay my money, pay this application fee for me. He,
Wow.
he basically
Wow.
did
So,
almost all of those things. And
why did they pick why did they pick interest in you? What is it? Because friends don't really do that for each other
Uh,
most of the
yeah,
time.
just like your topic also, myself and Sam, we have been friends since our Sapa days. Since our Futa Sapa days, we really grew together. So he knew the story quite all right because that was where he actually came from. Also, like myself, he's also a village boy, and we practically rough the whole Futa together during our undergraduate days. And as a very good friend that he is, he never forgets the humble beginnings. He never forgets his friends. And even though he migrated or he Japa before some of us, Sam Japa in 2018, and he was actually the one always pushing me, Badil, you can do it, Badil, you can do this, Badil, you can do that. He helped me so much. I hold the guy so much. There's something known as statement of purpose in academic, in the scholarship realm. If you want to write, or probably if you're applying for any particular scholarship, definitely you have to write multiple statement of purpose, multiple motivational statements. If I write a statement of purpose today, even if Sam is sleeping, that probably in less than 48 or 24 hours he's done correcting it, he's done making his corrections and all of that. So this part is actually not for Sam, but I can never forget people like that in my life. I was helped by friends, and I will continue to appreciate the role they have played in my life. So what actually made them took interest in me, apart from my academic
I picked up.
standing? Mhm.
Pause,
Apart from my academic standing, I have
pause. I
okay,
picked. I came about the pause. I came about the hello pause.
okay.
So one of the things that is very important on this channel is that I will be picking out quite intriguing lessons. I want everybody to pick some of these important and very intriguing points. It's not just about the talking, it's about having a clear understanding and clarity of life. How does life work? Life is can be very stressful, uh, a lot of challenging moments, but it can be very easy when you have taken some decision in your life that move from where you are now to the next level. It doesn't matter. Am I still on? Can people
Yes,
still hear me?
yes. I can
If
hear
you
you.
can hear me, just say hi. Okay,
I can
okay,
hear you.
great.
Yes.
What is more important in life is not just going to school, graduating from the university. No, all these guys that I'm bringing on my channel, quite a lot of them are, are very successful in what they are doing today, not because they just jump on one lock. Even though one of my mentors, uh, what is his name now? Uh, Tony Elumelu, said that you need a bit of luck to achieve anything in life, which I totally agree. But you have to democratize this luck. How do you democratize luck? You have to work it out. So, one of the things I see that I can pick from what you have said is that you are very deliberate in choosing who you are relating with, your friends, the people that can help you. You know where you are coming from. You know the home you came
Definitely.
from. You know that
Definitely.
ordinarily you couldn't achieve things by yourself alone. So you are so hungry to make it, make a difference in your life. So that is one thing that I also noticed in your journey. So you picked great friends, people that
Definitely.
there's no need of your friend is poor, you are also poor. Your friend is you are not brilliant enough. Your friend too is not so brilliant, and it will not lead anywhere. It will not lead anywhere. So when you are in wherever place or area that you are struggling, you must find someone that is not struggling in that area that can assist
100%.
you or that can help you out. So
100%.
great. So
100%.
go, so
100%.
go ahead. So go ahead.
100%.
I love that. So go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah. So what I would say assisted me, or probably one of those things that guided me, apart from my CGPA, my research experience was very handy. And before IELTS become this very high, I had it around 200,000 or thereabouts. I wrote IELTS in 2020, also with support of even as little as it is. IELTS then was around 78,000. I couldn't afford it. I'm always very emotional when I remember stuff like this. Out of the 78,000 naira or thereabouts, I can only afford 20,000 naira on my own. Where did I want to raise 78,000 naira in just 2 months or 3 months? I will hate, I will do some other stuff. So, with the help of mentors, brothers, and some of my friends who contributed the money together for me, so I wrote IELTS. I have good research experience. I worked as a lecturer at a tertiary institution, and I just keep doing different things. And one thing I did with my CV and all the applications I submitted then was, despite all the rejections, if I submit an application and I get rejected, definitely the next application I will be submitting, it will have a different CV. There will be more experience over there. There will be more experience with even the way I write, because now I already know some of the things I do wrong. And apart from that, I always ensure that I ask for feedback. I do that a lot. If I get rejected, it doesn't cost me anything. The worst they can do is for them not to reply my email. I ask why I was rejected, or what was the thing that are deficient in my application. And most of the time, I always get reply. So by the time I'm submitting the next one, definitely I will ensure I improve on what some of the things that I think I did very poorly or very badly. And yeah, I have stopped writing for a while. I think I'm very good with writing also. I am not the one that shies away from talking so much about I don't undersell myself. I do not. If there is something like that, I do not undersell myself. I am very, very good with elaborating the little things I have done with myself. So all of this, I elaborated it in my application process. And by the time that years come around in 2021, that was, I can't forget that day. It was March 31st, 2021, after 4 years of rejection. This day, I don't remember those rejections again. I don't remember the depression or what I went through anymore. I really do not. And why
Pause a
do
bit.
I have to remember?
My network is. Pause a bit, Akimbade. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you, sir. I
Akimbade,
can
can
hear
you hear
you.
me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Guys, if you
I
hear
can
me,
hear you.
hear us clearly, just say hi. Oh,
I
great.
can hear you. I
So
can hear
pause a
you.
bit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being here. This is very impactful. Quite a number of the things that you have been hearing from this young man are quite very impactful. I'm blown away by how a young person can take his destiny into his or her hand and said, I'm not going to allow situations, my country challenges to hold me back. Somebody said that for the fact that you come from a poor background doesn't mean that your back must be on the
The
ground.
ground.
And of course, one of our great inspirer is Titila of Femi Kings is watching uh, uh, from UK.
Yeah, I think we are back. The network is back, I think.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you clearly.
Olawale Oluwaseun said that Badiu Akinola Akinbode, you are exceptional right from the Polytechnic Ibadan Shaki.
Oh,
Well
oh.
done.
Okay, we
You know,
attended the Polytechnic
this
together
the
back in the day.
Polytechnic together,
Yes,
and
yes.
look at your journey from Polytechnic to university in Nigeria and to
Mhm.
another university in Spain and to another university in Poland.
Poland.
It's
Yeah.
quite intriguing to even getting a PhD scholarship to Canada, but you rejected that
Yeah.
because
I
you
rejected
felt
it.
that all
I
your
rejected
life, all your life has been
it.
reading,
Really,
going into school.
I look at my CV, and it's just full of academics. Again, I look at the 4 years. I look at the 4 years I'm going to commit again for a PhD, and I'm like, if I have this 4 years experience, I try to do the mathematics. And to be sincere, also, I wouldn't lie in this regard. I look at the financial aspects also. I look at the financial aspect also.
Because you are
I
married. You are
yeah,
married. You have
I'm
you
the
have
I'm the I'm the I'm the I'm the I'm the only child of my parents. So of my mother, not my parents. I'm the only child of my mother. I look at my aged mother, who is at least who is in her 60s at this stage, and I'm like, I look at what I have been able to do for her in the past 3 years that I've been studying. So to say, maybe I've tried my best, but I don't believe it is enough. So I really don't want to go and spend another 4 years relying upon a particular stipend. So I look at the mathematics of the fund between the job I got and uh, doing a PhD for another 4 years, and what I probably would have gotten in that 4 years, and that 4 years, using that 4 years to study, the maths is not mathing so well. Pardon me for that English, and maybe
Yeah.
just maybe the finances is part of it, just maybe, and I think it is. To be very candid,
Well,
I'm not here to count bridges. Actually,
mm,
definitely, I'm
I
not.
like
I'm not
that.
here.
I
I'm not
like
here
that.
to. I'm
I
not
like
here to.
that.
I'm not here to count bridges. I know one of the reasons why I left then. Financial inducement has to be definitely one of them. If Nigeria that I left then was probably financially rewarding for what I think I have, or probably for what I think I should be able to do, just maybe I wouldn't have lived. So coming here for schooling, spend 2 years and thinking of spending another 4 years, 6 years, to what end? I want to make the dough. I want to bless the people I think I should and can bless within the right frame of time. Uh, Everybody pray to live long, but death is no respecter of anybody. So I think it's just better for you to do whatever you want to do for the people you want to, for the people who deserves it. And I'm not discounting PhD. It's a very great knowledge, and it's something probably in the future that maybe, just maybe, I would still be going for. But for now, I would rather focus on the professional life, develop myself in the professional way, and maybe more funds to my pocket also.
Great. Awesome. One of the things that you quickly connected with me on is that when you talked about that you are a writer. So one of the things I want to tell people watching me and watching then this what they call communication skill. It is very, very important. Communication skill is very, very important. You must in this age, please, I'm begging. If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be successful, if you want to get investment, if you want to get scholarship, you must know. I'm going to bring in a lot of guys that have been able to uh, got a lot of uh, win in the area of scholarship. Yesterday I brought Emmanuel. Today I'm bringing Akimbode here. People like Macaulay Babajide, Titilayo Femi Kings, and the likes of them are going to come on this channel. One of the things that is very distinct about all these guys and somebody like me is that we know how to tweak words. We know how to tweak words. Writing is very, very important. I'm not writing grammar. I'm not talking about writing English here. I'm not, of course, you are going to communicate in English language, but not,
Mhm,
you are going to be able to tell your story. You must know how to pitch. You must know how to coin words. One of the things that have separated us, many of us come from a very low background, Sapa, but God gave us that power of internet. We leverage on it
mhm,
very powerful, and
mhm,
we use it to our best. We use it to our leverage, and we are getting a lot of results from it. We use content, the power of content, the power of writing that God has deposited in us. We hone
mhm.
it. We hone this skill in a
So much,
way that it will attract a lot of opportunities,
so
a lot
much,
of investment, a lot
so
of
much, so much,
scholarship and
so
grants
much,
to
so
us.
much.
And that is what Akimode is talking about here.
Can't, I
Let's
can't,
pause there. So now,
okay, okay.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Just
I
say
can't.
what you want to say within.
Okay, yeah, I just saw in the comment section, I saw one of my mentors who actually gave me that background, who gave me that chance
Oh,
to actually start some of these things I am doing. He was the one who gave me the opportunity to start as a lecturer at the
what is his
Ogun
name?
Polytechnic, Shaki. His name is Mr. Kasim Jimo. What's that? Is on the comment
Oh,
section,
Mr.
and
I can see that.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
said,
So,
"Artful, I wish younger generation watch and listen to this program. Proud
yeah,
of you."
yeah.
Mr.
So
Kazim Jimo, I'm proud of
So
you.
he
And
gave
thank
me
you
that.
so much.
He gave me that platform, and uh, in the scholarship scheme, one of those very beautiful experience you can have is for you to say probably you have been lecturing or you are a lecturer at a particular tertiary institution. So that's in on my CV till today. it's a very big thing, and I'm really grateful to him. It's a player. It's so much a player to see
That
him watching me or seeing me here. It's such a
Mr.
good thing.
Kazim, Mr. Kazim Jimo, on behalf of Akimbode, I'm saying again, thank you. Not many lecturers in Nigeria always have that opportunity to give the younger ones that type of platform to say, okay, I want to hold you by the hand. I want to push you to success. And we appreciate every teachers, maybe primary school, secondary school,
Mm.
universities, higher institution, polytechnic, college of education, college of agriculture, every one of you that are doing your best to make important sources out of young people. Very important sources. I emphasize on that important sources. Some people are successful today in different ways, but they are not important sources. Value is something that you can be able to define your journey, you can be able to speak about your journey, and you can be able to move in a clear direction. And this is what
Mhm.
we are seeing today. This is just the testimony. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And at the same time, I want to tell the audience, it's not even you scholarship is not limited to maybe you graduate with first class alone.
At
Yesterday,
all.
Emmanuel graduated with first class. Today, Akimbode graduated with 2-1 second
Mhm.
class upper. You
Yes,
know, 3.95. I've seen people that have also graduated with second class lower. It is your
definitely,
ability to keep pushing.
definitely.
Understand? Someone like me, I'm not in academics. I've gotten a lot of grants, for quite a lot of guys that follow me.
Definitely,
These,
definitely, definitely,
so these things are
definitely.
documented. It's not even in academics or in research alone. And of
Exactly,
course, for those
exactly.
that know, my first degree, my master, my PhD, I am always translating whatsoever I'm learning in those areas into
Definitely,
businesses, into
definitely.
business opportunities. And there is a way you can connect your life in a way that it will be very, very meaningful, no matter the challenges that you feel that you are facing. And I like that. Now, Akinbode, because of my time,
Okay,
you've
okay,
really spoken a lot. Now,
okay.
I want you to talk about your experience growing up in just 1 minute or thereabout. You grew up from a
Um,
very local. You are a local boy. You
yeah,
are a local
very
boy,
local boy. I
very
grew up
local.
from Igbo, and I'm very, very vocal
Igboora.
about it. Yeah, I'm
Tell
from
me
Igbo.
something. I love the story that I've read quite enough of your story around
Yeah,
Igboora.
yeah, I'm
And
very
funny enough,
vocal.
Igboora is so significant. Is a small town that is attached to giving birth to
Yeah,
twins.
giving back to twins. Yeah, yeah. It's
So
attached.
if you
It's
want to give birth to twins, go ahead.
yeah.
So go ahead and tell me something about that.
Yeah, yeah. I grew up in Igbo, like I say, and although I use the word humble because of the village I came from, but I was lucky to have parents that gave me almost everything I wanted. Almost everything I wanted. Uh, Irrespective of where we grew up, irrespective of some of the basic amenities that we lack, that the city boys, so to say, that they have access to good electricity, all of those things you can mention, and probably exposure, which is a very big thing. Some of us do not even have that until I left Igora, probably in 2000, early 2000s. When I went to secondary schools, I have left. I've lived in Igora almost probably for 80% of my entire being, and it's such a very peaceful place to be. I enjoyed my childhood in Igora.
Are you so
Uh,
you pause, Akimbode? You've lived at Igboora
for almost all my life, except the
80%,
yeah, yeah, of my life,
and the boy
except the
the
years I spent except the years I spent in Futa, or probably the years I was in tertiary institutions of learning, and
so pause,
yeah, I spent
pause. So the boy from Igboora today has visited quite a number of countries.
the last time I counted, I've been to 15 countries actually,
15
15.
countries of the world.
Yeah, yeah,
and you
the last
just
time
left I just left Nigeria for the first time in
2021.
2021. So
Yeah, yeah,
between
yeah.
2021 and 2024, you've been to 15 countries of the
15
world.
countries. Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
is
15
intriguing.
countries.
That is intriguing.
I
Guys,
think I think it's even very low like that because I got my job in December, and December to March till this time I've not been able to travel. I'm trying to acclimatize myself with the job. If not because of that, I think I should have been up to more than 20. I travel every month. Last year from
you
January to
traveled every
October,
month.
yeah,
Wow.
different country, yeah, different country every month. Last year.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, wow,
A
wow.
new country every month. And I plan to go to 40 countries before 40. And that is less than 10 years. I think I should be able to achieve that.
You will achieve it. I'm so sure of that.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
God's
so
grace.
sure of that.
Yeah,
One of the things that is also intriguing about development and career growth or growth generally is that you have to learn how to travel, guys.
sure, sure,
One
sure.
of the things that have helped people like us has been traveling. Traveling is one of the best form of education.
Education, I agree.
Exposure,
100%. 100%.
exposure. The
100%.
first time I will
100%.
be leaving, okay, sorry, the second time I will be leaving, no, sorry, the third time I will be leaving Nigeria because the first two were all sponsored. 90% of my traveling outside Nigeria have been all paid for. And just because the ordinary people like us, we do something that is just extraordinary. We go the extra mile, we put a lot of efforts. Is when our mates or colleagues are sleeping, we are doing a whole lot of work so that we can just be ahead. We are not competing against anybody. We are competing against ourselves.
Sure.
If you wake up on a daily basis to realize that you are competing against yourself,
Mhm.
there is no billionaire at Igbora, or there is no a Ferrari driver or
At
somebody
all.
that is big that
At all.
Akinbode can look up to at Igbora. He just decided that he wants to become the best of himself, and that is what knock it for him, and the third time I will be traveling, I only have just 80,000 naira or thereabouts in my bank account, and I wanted to attend an agricultural conference in Ghana, and I don't know how I'm going to go about it. And one way or the other, I pour all my life saving as of that year into attending that conference. And I did not look at what will I come back to Nigeria to come and eat. I don't even have a job that is sustainable as at that time. But courage is one of the attitude I've seen in you, Akinbode. You have been so courageous from childhood. So can you wrap up your story around the Ibora? And I want to move you
Okay.
to professional was.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So from Ibora, definitely we lived a very humble life, but we are so contented also, and we dream a lot. We dream so much because most of these things that I think is happening now, I foresee some of them. In fact, then traveling abroad, while I was very young, traveling abroad was not even a big thing. The big thing growing up for us in Ibora then was traveling to Lagos. That was a big thing. Yeah, yeah. It was so big. If you see somebody who has traveled to Lagos and probably the person come home or probably came to visit or thereabouts, that was a master thing. So the issue of traveling or probably riding on an aeroplane is it is not a dream you should even dream about in those days when we were little. But as time grows on, you improve from your dream also when you see some bigger picture. So I would say the beginning or probably the genesis of everything still have to bring down to how we lived our life in Igora, the contented way, getting what we want, especially from my parents who gave me the free will, the platform. As a matter of fact, in the area of education, everything I needed in my life, it was provided for me, every damn thing. So I was never at any point in time lacking anything. I may not get everything I want, but what I needed, I got it. And
Mm.
I have to thank my parents, my mom, my dad for those very days of early beginning. So living in Ibora is quite a very great adventure, and I can never forget. And like I say, I want to have my retirement home in Ibora. I don't want to die abroad, so to say. I used to say it. By the
Yeah.
grace of God, I definitely don't want to die abroad. And one of the things I will be sharing here is also my future plans to Japada. I will still Japada. I'm definitely
Okay,
not going
so
to.
go into it now. So, but
Okay.
before you go into it, how do you stumble into your supply chain, being a supply chain
Oh,
professional?
thank you so much for that question. I I was a food technologist, so to say. Let me use the word was because I don't think I can go back to that profession again. So very sorry for all everyone who thought I'm going to be probably a professor of food science or whatever. But yeah. So going to that, I during the COVID year, I so much like this so-called work at home. People work at home, you don't need to go to work. But some people, it is almost impossible for them to do that. If you're a food scientist, you will almost be going to your place of work. You have people to supervise you at the plants. You have laboratory. You cannot be performing laboratory experiments at your house. It is almost impossible. So I was looking for a very fine career that will gives me that leverage. And a friend of mine was working with Unilever, which is also a very big company in Nigeria. He was a supply chain. He was my roommate in Futa. He's now in Canada. He's working as a supply chain expert in Canada now. So that was the first time I heard about supply chain. That was in 2018. And I love what this guy is doing. I was at his house for some times, and when the opportunity came, when I saw this role, I am privileged to be working in a company which is, like I say, I don't want to mention names. It's a top two fast moving consumer goods in the world, and probably the best place you can learn supply chain in the whole world. There's something known as Gartner rule. Gartner used to rate people who are performing supply chain in the world. The company I'm working with at the moment is it's not even in the ranking of Gartner rule because we have so much done supply chain to the best of our ability. So Gartner is not rating us again. Gartner is using us as a yardstick for supply chain, for all the supply chain in the world. So I was the reason why I moved into this work was I love to be a family man, and I don't envision myself waking up in the morning 6 o'clock preparing to go to work and returning in the night. I work a one that probably I can live a very hybrid life. Since Ramadan started, I am a Muslim. I have been going to office just once in a week, only Tuesday for meeting. I work at home Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I only go to office alone on Tuesday. And apart from Ramadan, I work at home for 3 days. My Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is to work at home, while I only go to office Tuesday and Thursday. So as a family man, I think looking for a career, and I cannot do tech, so to say. Tech is something that it drives me crazy. Very, very hard thing for me to do. So I'm looking for another career that can relate well for such opportunity. And of course, like I say, maybe I'm not driven by money. A career that can give you that opportunity and it will also give you better financial reward. So that is how I stumbled on
Okay.
top.
Okay, great. What is your plan in the next 5 years? So that is my second to the last question. What is your
Okay.
plan for the future now, going forward?
Uh,
1 minute.
for the future, I still want to grow in this role. I'm just very new there. I've spent only 5 months, and like the youth of my generation, everybody wants to work in a particular company and live for the next. But I am at a company in my life where I think in this FMCG, if I go to any other place, I am downgrading. The company I am right now, if I go to any other place, I am downgrading. That is to be very, very sincere. So I want to remain in this role for as long as I can, maybe for the next 10 years again. I only want to keep growing, like the role I am now, with every year or with every time. I only want to keep growing in that particular role. So I don't see myself. I really do not, sincerely, I do not want to leave this place that I am. I only want to keep growing, keep climbing the ladder, and keep learning the ropes. So for the next 5 years, the answer is so simple. I still want to be in supply chain, working for the same company I am working with.
So what is your parting shot for those guys watching you now and for thousands of people that are
Yeah,
still
yeah.
going to watch?
The parting shot is this. You really do not even need to take the route that I take. You don't need the education route to travel abroad or for you to find an opportunity out of the country. I have tons of guys that are working for US companies. They are earning in dollar and they are in Nigeria. If I see such opportunity too, I am really not sure. And I'm earning the kind of money they are earning. These are guys earning thousands of dollars. You are earning $5,000, $10,000 in Nigeria. Earning dollars in Nigeria. If you do the mathematics together, you will even be enjoying such life better than people who are earning that thousands of dollars and probably outside of the country. So you really do not need to use the education route just like I do. If you have that talent, you can even get a job where you will be working in Nigeria and you will be earning in foreign currency. That is number one. Number two, you can get that fly, high fly career job also from Nigeria without the need to use the route. The route I used was a very long route. You first go to school for 2 years, then you have to start. Imagine I have been in this company that I am, or probably imagine I got the job from Nigeria in 2021, right from Nigeria down to Europe in 3 years. I will have rise more than this. And there are some things that are not well known to us. When I go to the company, I met a lot of guys. I was asking them, how did you go to this company? I was told they were hired from Nigeria. So it is possible for you to be hired from Nigeria into multinational companies. You just look for the opportunity. The opportunity is not even, it's so easy now. Everything is online. It's on Google. You find these jobs on LinkedIn. If you perform to the best of their ability, they will sponsor your visa, they will pay your living expenses for you to relocate from Nigeria down to abroad. So you don't need the education route. If you have that particular skills that you think is in demand, apply for that job. Don't believe because you are not in the country or probably because of anything, you will not get the opportunity. So you can actually get these life defining opportunities right from Nigeria. So if you think the money you are earning, or probably if you are somebody like me, you think what is in your head, what is in your brain, or probably what you think you deserve is not being appreciated enough in Nigeria. You have to think global, not not local, not locally. You have to think global. Apply for this opportunity. The worst that can happen is for you not to get it, and if you not get it, that doesn't stop you from applying to the next opportunity. So you don't need the school route. You can get that defined opportunity from Sapa to Japa right from Nigeria without using the education route. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this conversation, and I know quite a lot of people are going to pick one or two things from it. Uh, Thank you. I'm still going to bring you after you have spent another 5 months extra in
No
your
problem.
place of work. You are
No
very
problem. No
exciting and
problem.
very
No
intriguing.
problem.
God
Thank
bless
you
you.
so much.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
And
Thank you
thank
so much.
everybody
Thank you
that
so
have
much.
been
Thank
on
you so
this
much, everyone.
channel. Thank you and happy fasting. God
Yeah, yeah,
gives you,
thank you so much.
God
Ẹ
gives
ṣé
you more
gidi gan.
strength. Yeah.
Ẹ ṣé gidi gan. Àmì sá.
Take care. Take care, guys.
All
Take
right,
care,
sir. All right.
guys.
Yeah, ó dàbọ̀. Bye bye. Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Oshe.
Yeah, ẹ ṣé. Ó dàbọ̀, sir.
Came out the
Yeah.
thanks.